Blondie, the featherless bird with a fierce heart. Whenever I think about resilience, I think of Blondie. At first glance, he doesn't look like much. A small bird without a single feather left on his body. Honestly, a lot of people wouldn't even want to touch him just because of how he looks. But if you ever have the chance to know him, you'll quickly realize his spirit is bigger than any set of wings. Blondie came into our lives like most pets do. He was smart, curious, full of energy and mischief. When he turned 1, he'd wake us up every morning with his chirping, bob his head to the music in the house, and greet us like a tiny flying alarm clock. He was, quite simply, the sunshine in our little home. Then, things started to change. It began with a few missing feathers on his head. We thought maybe he scratched himself or rubbed up against something, but then the feathers on his chest started thinning, and then his back. In just a few weeks, nearly all his feathers were gone, right before our eyes. We took him to the vet immediately, hoping it was something minor. They checked for parasites, ran tests, and said it might be stress. We cleaned his cage, adjusted his diet, made things quieter and more peaceful. But nothing worked. And Blondie, he grew quiet. He stopped chirping, stopped dancing, just sat still, like the light inside him was slowly going out. And you know what? It broke my heart. We felt helpless. We felt guilty. I remember lying awake one night just staring at the ceiling and thinking, what else can we do? Then, as if by fate, I came across an Instagram post. Someone was caring for a bird that looked just like Blondie. Bald, fragile, but still full of life. They mentioned a virus I had never heard of before, PBF, cytosine beak and feather disease. I stayed up night after night reading everything I could find, articles, research papers, personal stories, and slowly I came to understand. Blondie had PBF, a virus that causes parrots to lose their feathers and weakens their immune system. There's no cure, no miracle. Those feathers would never grow back. I won't lie, I cried. I cried until my chest ached. But then, I looked over at Blondie. He was curled up in the corner of his cage, eyes dull, body tense. And I thought to myself, he hasn't given up, so why should I? So, we started over. I held him more, like a baby. I carried him around the house, showing him the world all over again. We rearranged the living room with soft mats and little ramps so he could climb and explore safely. We added heating lamps, covered him with warm cloths in the mornings, and held him close when it got cold. And slowly, Blondie came back to life. He began exploring again, climbing, hopping, tilting his head in that quirky way of his whenever something caught his attention. He doesn't chirp like he used to, but he makes these little raspy grunts whenever something excites or annoys him. He's found his favorite places in the house: a corner filled with stuffed animals, a sunlit windowsill, a shelf by the radio where he loves to sit and listen to soft piano music. Blondie has taught me more about the will to live than any human ever has. What he lacks in appearance, he more than makes up for in heart. He's curious, stubborn, affectionate, full of personality. Sometimes he gets cranky and gives us little nips, but other times he nestles into my chest and looks up at me with such trust. It brings tears to my eyes. When I look at him, I don't see a sick bird anymore. I see a fighter, a soul that refuses to give in, a life still burning brightly. We often think beauty comes from a shiny coat, graceful wings, or a perfect figure. But Blondie reminds me, true beauty lives within. It's in how we face the world when nothing goes the way we expected. It's the courage to keep going, even when life doesn't play fair. If Blondie's story touched your heart, please give it a like, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. We'll keep sharing stories like this because the world always needs a little more kindness and a little more love. And if you're thinking about bringing a pet, especially an exotic one, into your home, please do it with full responsibility and care. Talk to professionals. Do your research. Make sure you're ready to walk the road with them, especially when it gets tough. Because animals like Blondie, they deserve more than just a roof over their heads. They deserve a full, happy life. Blondie will never fly again, but he's free in every way that truly matters.